Welcome, creative thinking listeners. We've all heard the buzz, seen the headlines, and maybe, just maybe, felt a bit of curiosity, or perhaps even, a little skepticism when it comes to artificial intelligence and creativity. For a long time, this idea of AI entering artistic fields, well, it often conjured up images of robots painting masterpieces, maybe, or algorithms writing poetry that just felt, well, a bit soulless.
Right, kind of cold.
Exactly. It was either seen as just a basic automation tool, something functional, or maybe even this big existential threat to human artists. It sparked those questions like, will AI replace us?
That question comes up a lot.
It really does. But what if we told you that the real story is actually far more fascinating, and it's much less about replacement and way more about an astonishing new kind of partnership?
A collaboration.
Yeah. Forget everything you thought you knew about AI just replacing artists. We're here today to look at a paradigm shift that's really redefining creativity itself.
It's true. What's truly fascinating here, I think, is that we're moving beyond the very simplistic debate, AI as either this threat or just some kind of functional utility.
Right.
We're actually witnessing the emergence of genuine collaboration. It's like a synergistic dance between human imagination and artificial intelligence.
A dance, I like that.
Yeah. And today, we're going to unpack a groundbreaking framework that helps us define and understand this synergy. And then we'll ground it in a real-world, pretty cutting-edge example, a platform called Imaginify.
Imaginify, okay.
So our mission for this deep dive is really to be your shortcut to understanding this vibrant new frontier. We'll examine in detail how AI can truly be a powerful collaborator, not just some simplistic one-dimensional tool.
And hopefully you'll have plenty of those aha moments as we explore the surprising ways these technologies are working together. We really want to make sure you feel well-informed without feeling, overwhelmed by all the jargon.
Absolutely. Keep it clear, keep it focused on the collaboration.
That's such a crucial distinction. And it's important to understand this isn't just for professional artists or the super tech savvy folks.
No, not at all.
If you find yourself doodling in a notebook, maybe humming a tune, crafting a story in your head, even just designing a presentation, or simply appreciating the beauty of art in any form, this deep dive is for you.
Yeah, it touches everyone who engages with creativity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This conversation is about understanding how technology is not just changing our tools, but fundamentally shaping human potential, pushing creative boundaries, and ultimately redefining what we even mean when we talk about creativity.
That's a big statement, but I think it's accurate.
So let's start by getting a really crystal clear picture. What are we actually talking about when we say AI-assisted creativity? Let's unpack that core concept.
Okay.
So AI-assisted creativity, it's really about working with artificial intelligence, right? Not having it take over.
Yeah.
Our sources define it as the intentional collaboration between human creativity and artificial intelligence to actively enhance artistic output.
Enhance. That's the key word.
Absolutely. The key words here, the absolute bedrock of this whole discussion are collaboration and enhancement. Not the words we often hear like automation or replacement.
Right. Those words carry a lot of fear sometimes.
They do. Think of it more like a dynamic partnership where each side, the human and the AI, brings its unique, kind of irreplaceable strengths to the table. And that makes the final artistic product richer, maybe more diverse, more innovative, or just, bigger, more expansive than either could ever achieve just working alone.
That's a perfect way to frame it, because this really isn't about AI simply doing what a human can do, only faster, or attempting to perfectly mimic human style in some kind of sterile way.
No soul, like we said before.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, that enhancement aspect is truly transformative. It's profound, really.
How so?
It's about leveraging AI's immense computational power. I mean, its ability to process just vast quantities of data at speeds we can barely comprehend, to discover entirely new avenues or styles or concepts that our human intuition, which is naturally constrained by our own experiences and, let's face it, our cognitive biases.
Yeah, we all have those.
We might not initially perceive those things. Imagine an AI trained on, thousands of years of architectural blueprints, musical scores, maybe even biological structures.
Wow, okay.
And then an artist inputs a theme, like interconnected growth. The AI might generate forms that blend, say, the organic principles of a root system with the structural logic of a Gothic cathedral.
That sounds incredible.
It creates a truly novel aesthetic, right? Something that transcends purely human-centric design. It serves as a creative amplifier.
Amplifier, not a replacement.
Precisely. It's not just opening up new possibilities, it's actively synthesizing ideas, cross-pollinating concepts in ways that really push the very boundaries of what we even consider artistic expression.
So it's augmenting human capability.
Exactly. Augmenting, fundamentally expanding our creative horizons rather than just, optimizing existing processes.
Okay, can you clarify that difference? Optimization versus augmentation.
Sure. So optimization might be using AI to automatically resize an image for different social media platforms. It makes the task faster, more efficient.
Got it.
Augmentation, on the other hand, is when AI helps you conceive of entirely new visual compositions you hadn't even considered, or suggests a novel color palette you wouldn't have discovered on your own. It fundamentally expands your creative horizon.
I see. So one makes things quicker, the other makes things bigger, potentially.
Bigger, newer, different. The AI can explore these vast data sets. Think millions of existing artworks, musical compositions, literary text processing and identifying patterns at speeds a human mind just can't match.
Right.
This lets it generate variations or connections that would take a human maybe thousands of hours to even begin to conceptualize. It presents these novel directions, and then the human artist steps back in to integrate them, refine them, and crucially, imbue them with their unique meaning and perspective.
That's such a powerful distinction. Augmentation versus optimization. And to make this concept really concrete for you, our listener, let's maybe look at some specific examples across different creative fields.
Yeah.
Show how this augmentation actually plays out.
Good idea.
Okay, think about visual artists today.
Yeah.
We hear about them feeding just a few descriptive words, or maybe a mood board, or even just a rough sketch into an AI system, and then watching it generate entirely new visual worlds.
It's happening right now.
Yeah. Imagine an artist feeding in a vague idea, like, say, a futuristic cityscape intertwined with ancient ruins, or maybe just an emotion like melancholy joy.
Okay.
Instead of spending days, maybe weeks, sketching preliminary ideas by hand, they might get dozens, maybe even hundreds, of distinct visual interpretations almost instantly.
The speed is incredible.
It's like having this infinite sketch pad right at your fingertips, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Able to churn out diverse compositions, unexpected color palettes, a multitude of stylistic approaches, all in minutes. But then, and this is the crucial part, the artist steps back in. They select, they refine, and most importantly, they infuse their personal style, their unique narrative, their emotional depth into these AI-generated starting points.
So they're curating and crafting.
Exactly. They're not just accepting what the AI spits out. They're using it as this massive ideation engine, right? A launching pad for their own unique and deeply personal vision. It's about accelerating discovery and diversifying that initial creative spark.
That's exactly it. And this kind of boundless ideation, it isn't just limited to visual artists. Take music, for instance.
Okay, music. How does it work there?
Imagine a musician providing the AI with, say, a specific genre they're interested in, or a particular mood they want to capture, or maybe even just a few melodic fragments they've hummed or played.
Just a starting point.
Just a starting point. The AI, with its capacity to analyze and understand really complex musical structures, can then generate an astonishing array of variations based on that input.
Variations like what?
It could suggest intricate chord progressions the musician hadn't thought of, offer unexpected instrumental arrangements, maybe pairing instruments in unusual ways. It could even compose entirely new sections that might be utterly surprising, but incredibly inspiring.
Wow. So it could break you out of a rut.
Absolutely. This can be incredibly powerful in helping musicians overcome creative blocks. It offers fresh perspectives on a piece they've been struggling with. Or it could even push the boundaries of traditional genre definitions by suggesting these novel combinations of sounds and structures that a human might not naturally conceive of.
But the human is still in charge.
Oh, definitely. The human musician then steps in. They're not just picking and choosing from a menu of AI suggestions. They curate, they shape it, they add the emotional depth, the performance nuances, the storytelling, the sheer human feeling that only a person can bring.
Right, the interpretation.
Exactly. They craft a piece that resonates deeply with an audience, creating an experience that's both, technically innovative thanks to the AI, but also emotionally profound because of the human touch. This collaboration allows for an exploration of sonic landscapes at an unprecedented scale, potentially leading to truly groundbreaking sounds.
And for writers, I imagine it's similar.
Very similar principles apply, yeah. The experience is equally transformative. And again, it's not about an AI writing the whole novel for you. That's a common misconception.
Right, not replacing the author.
No, it's about the AI acting as, say, a brilliant brainstorming partner, Or a tireless editor, maybe an intelligent co-pilot, helping you conquer that daunting blank page or refine a particularly tricky paragraph.
Okay, give me an example.
Sure. Picture a writer struggling with plot points for a complex fantasy novel. Maybe they need to weave together multiple character arcs, some convoluted political intrigue.
Sounds familiar.
Right. They could input their core idea, character archetypes, the desired conflicts, maybe even historical settings into an AI. And the AI could then generate a multitude of potential plot twists, or character backstories, dialogue suggestions, even alternative narrative structures to consider.
So it's like having a brainstorming group on call.
Kind of, yeah. Or if they're stuck on a specific scene, wrestling with descriptive language, maybe struggling to find the perfect cadence for a sentence. The AI could generate different descriptive passages or suggest alternative phrasings. It helps refine the prose, polish their unique authorial voice.
So it handles some of the heavy lifting.
Exactly. The AI essentially provides this vast library of ideas and linguistic permutations. It frees the human writer to focus intensely on the things only they can do. The overarching narrative, the emotional arc, the philosophical themes, and that unique authorial voice that truly defines their work.
It enhances the process.
Yes, enhances the ideation, the drafting, the editing phases. It allows the human to maintain complete creative control over the story they want to tell, but with an unparalleled speed and breadth of options readily available.
Okay, these examples, visual art, music, writing, they really illustrate the immense potential of AI as a creative partner, not just a replacement tool.
Definitely. And now, to make this even more tangible, let's connect these general concepts to a specific cutting-edge platform, one that not only embodies this collaborative approach, but also, helpfully, provides a kind of framework for understanding it.
All right, let's do it.
We're going to dive into a real-world case study, Imaginify.
Imaginify. Okay, what I find particularly fascinating is how these abstract concepts really come to life when we look at practical applications. So let's actually dive into Imaginify. You said it's a cutting-edge platform.
It really is. It's designed specifically to integrate AI into creative workflows across various artistic fields. It's truly at the forefront of this new era of collaborative intelligence.
So how does it work, fundamentally?
Well, the platform itself acts as this sophisticated interface. Users input their initial ideas, maybe themes or core concepts they're exploring.
The human input again.
Always starts there. And then the AI takes those inputs and generates highly tailored visual or textual content. And importantly, it's not just random output. It's designed to be a smart interpretation of the user's intent.
Tailored content. Huh?
And the whole purpose of Imaginify isn't to diminish the role of the artist or the musician or the writer. Quite the opposite.
It's about empowerment.
Exactly. It explicitly aims to empower them. It allows them to explore entirely new avenues of creativity, to push the boundaries of what's considered traditional artistic practice. It's about expanding their creative toolkit in really unprecedented ways, making possibilities that were once maybe unimaginable, readily accessible.
Imaginify truly highlights the practical application of AI-assisted creativity, doesn't it? It goes beyond just being a theoretical concept.
It really does. It establishes itself as this tangible, user-friendly tool. It enables direct interaction and output across diverse artistic fields, visual arts, music, writing, potentially others too.
And what's particularly insightful, I think, is how it takes that abstract idea of human-AI collaboration and integrates it into a structured, pretty intuitive environment. It seems like it interprets the nuanced aspects of human intent and translates that into a diverse array of creative options.
That's a great way to put it. It demonstrates that AI can be a truly generative, inspiring, and dynamic partner in the artistic journey, rather than just being, a passive utility for basic tasks.
Right. It's about giving creators the ability to rapidly prototype ideas, maybe iterate on designs, experiment with styles in a way that significantly speeds up their creative process.
Accelerates it, yeah, but without losing the human direction.
And nothing brings a concept like this to life quite like hearing about real people using it to achieve incredible things.
So,
let's talk about some user success stories. These really exemplify the power of this collaboration.
Okay, let's hear them.
All right, imagine Nyla. She's a visual artist who, like many contemporary creators, often experiments with merging traditional techniques, painting, drawing with digital elements.
It's a common practice now.
Very common. So Nyla used Imaginify not to replace her hand, not to do the painting for her, but to generate a vast array of preliminary sketches and conceptual variations.
Okay, so for the ideation stage.
Exactly. She might have fed in her initial concepts, maybe a blend of organic natural forms with abstract geometric shapes, or perhaps a desire to explore ancient mythologies through a kind of cyberpunk lens.
Interesting combinations.
Yeah, and the AI would then provide her with multiple sketch options, each one reflecting different interpretations of her initial input, exploring compositions, lighting, thematic elements in ways maybe she hadn't considered.
So it broadens her initial thinking.
Hugely. It allowed her to rapidly prototype various artistic directions, explore styles that might have taken her weeks, maybe even months, to draw out by hand. And she could do this exploration in a fraction of the time.
Precisely. The AI, in Nyla's case, didn't just offer one or two ideas. It presented this whole spectrum of possibilities, significantly accelerating her ideation phase.
And what was the outcome?
Well, our sources tell us that this deep collaboration led Nyla to develop a completely new series of paintings. Really significant work for her.
Wow.
And these works, they didn't just showcase her established artistic voice, they actually created this powerful bridge between digital and traditional art forms.
How did she do that? How did she bridge the gap?
She would select the most compelling AI-generated forms or compositional ideas, the ones that resonated with her vision. Then she'd refine them, interpret them through her own artistic lens, her own sensibility, and then she would execute them using her traditional painting techniques.
So the AI was like a springboard.
An expansive creative springboard, exactly. A source of endless initial ideas. But, and this is vital, Nyla, the human artist, always retained complete creative control. She made every stylistic choice, she infused the emotional depth, and ultimately she executed the final pieces with her unique touch.
That fused styles aspect you mentioned is really key then.
Incredibly key. It's a direct and profound result of this collaborative outcome. It demonstrates true augmentation, not automation.
And how was the work received?
Very well. Her resulting series earned her a feature in a local gallery, it expanded her audience, and it really established her as an innovator, someone bridging these artistic worlds. And that was all enabled by this human-AI partnership.
It's a testament to how that human touch remains absolutely indispensable for meaning and expression, isn't it?
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better.
That's a powerful narrative of expansion. Okay, what about musicians? You mentioned they can feel stuck in creative ruts sometimes. Has Imaginify helped there?
Definitely. It seems to have acted as a kind of unexpected muse for some. Let's talk about Brody. He's a musician who used Imaginify to create a truly unique sound palette for his latest album, which was called Heartfelt Harmony.
Okay, heartfelt harmony.
Yeah.
And a unique sound palette. What does that mean in practice?
It means Brody collaborated extensively with the platform. He provided specific desired sounds he was looking for, maybe unusual instrument combinations he was curious about exploring, or certain emotional qualities he wanted his compositions to evoke.
Like what kind of qualities?
Maybe the sound of a nostalgic future, perhaps? Or urban forests, these kinds of evocative prompts.
Right, abstract concepts.
Exactly. And the AI, leveraging its vast understanding of musical theory, instrumentation, genre conventions, it produced unexpected musical combinations and structural permutations that genuinely inspired him.
Inspired him how?
It suggested melodic twists he might not have found on his own, harmonic shifts that created different moods, rhythmic patterns that were unusual for his style. It really pushed him out of his usual comfort zone.
The beauty here, and what really stands out in Brody's story, is how the AI could present these permutations and combinations that a human, relying on their learned patterns and typical creative habits, might not conceive through traditional songwriting or composition methods.
It breaks those habits.
Exactly. The resulting album, Heartfelt Harmony, truly pushed genre boundaries. It ended up blending elements of folk music with intricate electronic textures and even sweeping classical influences.
That sounds like quite a mix.
It was, and it was a testament to the innovative outcomes possible through this kind of deep collaboration. Brody didn't just passively accept the AI's suggestions, like picking from a list.
No, he engaged with it.
He actively integrated these novel elements into his compositions. He experimented with genres he hadn't previously explored, consciously pushing himself beyond his established style.
And the result?
Heartfelt Harmony received significant critical acclaim. People praised its innovative sound, its profound emotional depth. It led to increased visibility and a broader audience for Brody's project.
Wow.
Imaginify basically allowed him to leverage the AI's processing power to explore these sonic landscapes at an unprecedented scale. He found those novel combinations that then, through his human intuition and artistic direction, blossomed into something truly groundbreaking and deeply personal, really echoing his unique artistic voice.
These success stories, from Nyla the visual artist layering new digital elements into traditional paintings, to Brody the musician pushing genre boundaries with unexpected sounds, they really clearly illustrate the core concept we need to explore next.
Which is?
The art of collaborative intelligence. It's more than just, a new tool or a cool tech trick. It's a fundamental shift in how we approach and understand creative work itself. It's about recognizing this deeper, more synergistic relationship.
Okay, so what does this all mean for collaborative intelligence? You're right, it sounds like more than just another buzzword to add to the tech lexicon.
It really is. It's the very heart of how these creative partnerships are forming and flourishing.
So how do we define it?
We define it as the intentional synergy between human intuition and AI's computational power.
Synergy, okay.
It's about more than just working alongside each other. It's a dynamic interplay where the unique strengths of each participant, human and AI, don't just add up, they actually multiply. They amplify the overall creative output in ways neither could achieve alone.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, collaborative intelligence is this powerful, almost alchemical blend, isn't it?
Alchemical, I like that, yeah. It's blending what humans do best, envisioning, feeling, interpreting emotion, bringing cultural context and lived experience, and ultimately infusing meaning.
The human stuff.
The core human stuff, exactly. Blending that with what AI excels at, processing vast amounts of information at incredible speed, recognizing complex patterns across massive data sets, and generating a multitude of variations and possibilities.
So humans provide the vision, the emotion, the why.
Precisely. Humans provide the unique vision, the emotional core, the narrative drive, the critical discernment. The AI offers unparalleled speed in ideation, access to immense, previously inaccessible data sets of information and style.
Things we couldn't possibly know or remember.
Exactly, and the ability to explore countless permutations of an idea. It effectively removes many of the technical or time-consuming barriers to creative exploration.
So this synergy, it's not just about efficiency, making things faster.
No, not primarily. It's about reaching creative outcomes that would be genuinely impossible for either entity working in isolation. It enables a level of artistic experimentation and innovation that was simply unimaginable even a decade ago.
And Imaginify, as our insightful case study here, provides a fantastic practical framework for understanding this collaboration in action, doesn't it?
It really does. It's distilled into a clear three-step process that makes it obvious how the human and AI roles intertwine, each contributing at different stages.
Okay, let's break down that framework. It starts with the human creator, right, at the helm.
Always. Step one is input.
The first step is input. This is where you, the human creator, provide the initial concepts, the parameters, maybe the spark of an idea, or even just a vague feeling you want to explore.
It's the human-driven starting point, unequivocally.
Yeah, this is where your unique vision, your personal aesthetic, your specific intent, your emotional resonance, all that enters the system.
This step really emphasizes human agency and vision. What specific ideas are you trying to convey? What emotions do you want to evoke? What styles are you drawn to, or maybe want to challenge? What are your ultimate goals for this creation?
It's where the creator's unique voice first asserts itself.
Yeah.
Setting the direction, the initial vector for the whole collaborative journey.
Exactly. It's about articulating that initial flicker of inspiration, that seed of an idea, in a way that the AI can then interpret and build upon.
Okay, so human input first. What's step two?
Following that initial input, we move to the second step. AI processing.
AI processing, so the AI takes over here.
It takes the carefully defined input, yes, but it doesn't just randomly generate stuff. It intelligently analyzes, processes, and interprets your parameters.
Wow.
It draws from its extensive training data, which, remember, includes countless examples of artistic works, musical compositions, literary texts, and based on that, it generates a myriad of content variations that directly align with the parameters you set.
So it's tailored to the input.
Highly tailored. This is where the machine's speed, its breadth of knowledge, its pattern recognition capabilities truly shine. The AI acts as this highly efficient and expansive creative assistant.
Exploring the possibilities.
Exactly. Exploring the vast landscape of possibilities within the defined parameters you've provided. For Nyla, this was generating those diverse sketch options reflecting her blend of organic and geometric forms.
Right.
For Brody, it was presenting those unexpected musical combinations that challenged his existing genre preferences. The AI is doing the heavy lifting of exploration, synthesis, and initial generation, but all based on the human's guiding hand and specific instructions.
Okay, but the journey doesn't end with the AI's output, right? That feels crucial.
Absolutely crucial. That brings us to the vital third step, Human refinement.
Human refinement. So the AI provides the options.
A spectrum of options, variations, possibilities.
But you are the one who reviews, selects, modifies, and ultimately refines and personalizes that output.
Yes. You add your unique touch, your specific vision, your critical eye, your emotional intelligence. You make the creation truly yours.
This is the crucial return to human agency, isn't it? The point where the art truly takes shape.
Exactly. The human artist reviews the AI's output, selects the most compelling elements, modifies them to fit their personal aesthetic, and, most importantly, infuses them with their personal emotional depth, narrative, and meaning.
It sounds iterative, like you might go back and forth.
It often is. It's a feedback loop. Input, AI processing, human refinement, and then maybe another round of input based on the refined idea, and further refinement. It's a dialogue.
So this framework, it really empowers you, the listener, the creator, to maintain control, to inject your unique perspective. It makes AI a tool for amplification, not replacement.
Precisely. It ensures the soul of the creation remains uniquely human, even as the process itself is technologically advanced.
Okay, so with this framework input, AI processing, human refinement in mind, let's widen our gaze a bit and look ahead. What does this deep collaboration mean for the future?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is. We predict, based on the sources, an even deeper, more seamless, and far more intuitive integration of AI into our everyday creative tools.
I agree. It's not just about standalone AI platforms like Imaginify, though those are important. It's about this technology becoming an almost omnipresent, intelligent assistant, built right into the software and hardware that artists, musicians, and writers already use daily.
Like Photoshop having a smarter assistant, or writing software.
Exactly. We'll likely see AI not just generating content when you ask it to, but intelligently assisting within the most popular design suites, musical, digital audio workstations, or DWs.
DWs, right.
Which are the software environments musicians use to compose, record, mix, and also within writing platforms. This will lead to highly personalized artistic experiences, almost custom tailored to individual creator styles and preferences.
How would that work? Tailored experiences.
Well, imagine an AI assistant that over time learns your unique artistic fingerprint, your preferred color palettes, your typical sentence structures, your go-to chord progressions.
Okay.
It could then anticipate your next brushstroke, perhaps suggest a chord progression based on the emotional intent you've indicated, or help you find the perfect, nuanced synonym in tricky paragraph. It learns and adapts to your creative process.
That sounds incredibly powerful, almost like a mind-reading assistant.
Maybe not quite mind reading, but certainly highly adaptive. And this increased, deeply integrated assistance will profoundly democratize high-level creative work.
How so? Democratize.
By making sophisticated tools and capabilities accessible to a much broader range of creators. More people will be able to bring their unique visions to life with professional-grade assistance, even if they don't have years of technical training in a specific tool.
That's exciting. And this deeper integration, this intimate dance between human and machine.
Yeah.
You said it leads to something even more exciting.
I think so, yes. The emergence of entirely new hybrid art forms, things we can barely imagine today, but which will become possible only through this profound human-AI synthesis.
Hybrid art forms. What might those look like?
Indeed. Imagine artistic forms that inherently combine AI-generated aesthetics with human-curated narratives, creating experiences that are truly unique and couldn't exist without both contributors.
Okay, give me an example.
Think about interactive AI-generated installations in public spaces. The artwork itself responds dynamically to audience movement, maybe their detected emotion via sensors, or even just the ambient sound in the room. It creates a constantly evolving, living piece of art.
Oh.
Or dynamic musical compositions that adapt in real time to a live performance. Maybe a dancer's movements trigger changes in the score, or the music shifts based on the mood of the room, measured somehow.
That's blurring lines.
Completely. We could see literary experiences that seamlessly blend algorithmic narrative generation, maybe creating branching storylines on the fly with deeply human-crafted character development and emotional arcs, creating stories that are endlessly explorable yet retain that human core.
These hybrid forms, they really blur the lines between digital and physical, algorithmic, and intuitive.
Exactly, pushing the boundaries of what art can be, how it can be created, and how it can be experienced by an audience. It's about opening up entirely new modalities of expression, where the very medium is the collaboration.
But, and there's always a but, the powerful new tech. As this reshapes our world, there are crucial ethical questions we absolutely need to consider.
Absolutely critical question.
The sources highlight two very important ones that are already sparking some pretty lively debates. First, let's talk about transparency.
Okay.
In a world where AI can so seamlessly assist in creation, why is it important for us as creators and consumers to be clear about AI's involvement in a creative piece? Does it matter?
It matters immensely. This raises a profoundly important question that touches on the very nature of authenticity and value in art. Why is it vital to be transparent about AI's role?
Yeah, why?
Well, it speaks fundamentally to how audiences engage with art on an informed basis. It allows them to understand the unique blend of human and machine contributions.
So they know what they're looking at.
Exactly. If a piece of art is presented purely as human-created, but it actually heavily relies on sophisticated AI generation, it can, for some people, erode trust. It might diminish the perceived value of the human effort involved or feel deceptive.
I can see that.
Transparency allows for an honest appreciation of the collaborative nature. It acknowledges both the human vision and the AI's contribution. It's really about respecting the audience's right to know the origins of the art they consume.
So they can make informed judgments about its process, its intent, its artistic merit.
Precisely. It's not about judging AI art as inherently less valuable necessarily, but about acknowledging the reality of how it was created. Authenticity matters.
Okay, transparency is one big issue. What's the other one?
Perhaps the biggest, most complex question, especially in creative fields, authorship and ownership.
Ah, yes. If an AI helps create something, sometimes generating a significant portion of the initial material, who gets the credit? And maybe more practically, who owns it? Who gets paid?
This is an incredibly complex area. It truly challenges our existing legal and philosophical frameworks for intellectual property.
How so?
Well, our current copyright laws, for instance, were largely designed with human creators in mind. That's the assumption baked in.
Right.
So if an AI is involved, who holds the copyright? Is it the human who provided the initial prompt or input? Is it the AI developer who created the algorithm and maybe the training data?
Or could it be the AI itself?
That's the most controversial and highly debated idea. Could the AI itself be considered an author, at least in some capacity, if its contributions are sufficiently autonomous and creative?
What did the court say?
Well, right now, the U.S. Copyright Office, for example, has issued rulings that generally state human authorship is required for copyright protection. They've often denied protection to works generated solely by AI with minimal human input.
Okay.
However, if a human significantly modifies, selects, arranges, or guides the AI's output, then the human's contribution might be copyrightable. It's about the level and nature of human creative control.
So it's murky.
Very murky. This question requires careful and ongoing consideration as the technology evolves. It demands new legal interpretations, potentially entirely new frameworks, to ensure fair recognition and compensation for all contributors, human and potentially algorithmic somehow.
It really challenges us to rethink what it means to create and own in this digital age.
Absolutely. And that conversation is still very much in its early stages.
These ethical considerations, transparency, authorship, ownership, they're incredibly important. And they're not just theoretical, are they? Not just for some academic debate.
Not at all. They directly impact how you, listening right now, will interact with, create, and consume art in this rapidly evolving landscape.
How will you evaluate the art you see, hear, and read in the future, knowing the potentially complex origins some of it might have? It's a question for all of us to grapple with.
It really is.
Wow, what an expansive deep dive we've taken. We've truly explored how AI isn't here to replace, but actually to partner with our creativity.
It's been a fascinating journey.
We started by defining AI-assisted creativity as that profound collaboration that enhances artistic output. We illustrated its power with examples across visual art, music, and writing,
showing the breadth of its application.
Then we dove into the Redefine Imaginify framework. That was a fantastic case study showing how cutting-edge platforms like Imaginify enable real artists like Nyla and Brody to push their creative boundaries, developing new series of paintings and boundary-pushing albums.
Real-world impact.
We defined collaborative intelligence as that essential amplifying synergy between human intuition and AI's computational power. And we broke down that really useful three-step framework: input, AI processing, and human refinement.
Input, process, refine, the core loop.
And finally, we looked ahead to the future landscape. We considered predictions for increased integration and the exciting emergence of those hybrid art forms. But we also addressed the crucial ethical questions of transparency, authorship, and ownership that challenge us to adapt our understanding of art itself.
A lot to think about.
Definitely. And through all of this, there are some powerful affirmations, maybe some key takeaways to carry with you as you navigate this evolving creative world.
Okay, let's hear them. What should listeners remember?
First, remember, creativity truly has no limits. The advent of AI doesn't restrict it, it actually expands it. Embrace the limitless possibilities that AI brings to your creative process. It's an expansive toolkit waiting for you to utilize, offering avenues you might not have otherwise considered.
That's a positive outlook. And second,
And crucially, collaboration enhances innovation. Working with AI can lead to breakthroughs that might not be possible working alone. It can open up entirely new pathways for expression and push the boundaries of what art can be. It's about finding strength in partnership.
Synergy again. And the third affirmation.
Most importantly, your voice matters. In this age of advanced technology, AI is fundamentally a tool designed to amplify your unique perspective and artistic vision, ensuring that the human element remains central, powerful, and deeply personal in every creation.
It's about leveraging technology to express your authentic self more fully. I like that.
Exactly. So, as you reflect on this journey through AI-assisted creativity, we want to leave you with a few thought-provoking questions to maybe mull over.
Okay, food for thought.
Consider, how do you envision integrating AI tools, maybe something like Imaginify, into your own creative practice, whatever that may be, whether it's brainstorming ideas for a presentation at work, sketching out a novel concept, composing a piece of music, designing something.
Yeah.
How could it fit?
That's a practical question for everyone. And looking at the bigger picture, maybe think about what steps can we collectively take as creators, consumers, developers, policymakers to ensure the human aspect of creativity remains central and celebrated in all AI-assisted projects?
That's a big one.
It is. And what challenges do you foresee in collaborating with AI? And maybe more importantly, how can those challenges be addressed effectively to maintain artistic integrity and value?
These aren't just questions for academics or tech developers, are they?
Not at all. They're for every single one of us who engages with creation or who simply appreciates the art around us. We all have a stake in this.
It's really about unlocking new realms of imagination together, isn't it? We invite you, our listeners, to continue this exploration. Maybe share your own experiences if you've tried any AI tools. Brainstorm how this technology could potentially take your work, whatever it is, to the next level.
Let's imagine a future where AI serves as a true collaborative partner in the artistic journey. A future that makes our creative world richer, more diverse, and hopefully more profound for everyone.